Hey y'all, my name's Joel. I'm an ER nurse and a naturopath, and I'm just here hanging out talking about health and how to increase your health in small, consistent ways. If you are struggling with the the feeling that being healthy is really complicated, it's really hard, and you're not going to stick with it, this video is for you because I'm going to break down how to be healthier from a very simple and easy to implement things you can do today to change your health in a positive way. One of the first myths that I want to address that is probably causing you some confusion is the fact that lots of people believe in balance. And one of the symbols that is in society today that is supposed to reflect balance is the yin and the yang symbol, right? You've got the black and the white kind of intermingling, and that's supposed to represent balance. Well, if you look at that symbol closely, there is no part of that symbol that is balanced. In fact, if you really study it, it looks like there is this constant push and pull of black versus white. And so if you are able to embrace that concept in your health, you're going to be a lot further along than you realized. Because think about it. If there is a constant pushing and pulling of dark and light, or good and bad, or healthy and unhealthy, then there's no gray area. And it helps you decide on a daily basis, moment by moment, which way you are pulling or pushing your health. For instance, ingredients. When you read ingredients, there are things in the food that you eat that are either pushing or pulling on your health. Your health is either going up or it's going down. There's really no gray area. And so it really is important for us to just start reading ingredients. You don't have to understand what you're reading right away. That can come in time. And what I've found is when you start to expose yourself to new knowledge is added to you. And so as you're reading ingredients, you may not understand what high fructose corn syrup is or what it does, but as you start to recognize it, you're going to start to gain more knowledge about it. But if you didn't know the word high fructose corn syrup, or words, when that knowledge comes along that would have added to your knowledge, you disregard it. And so it is important as step number one to what goes into your body is to start reading ingredients. That's not difficult, right? When you shop, grab something off the shelf, just read the ingredients. While you're sitting at the breakfast table, you need something to read the ingredients on your cereal box. This is going to start opening your eyes to the things you're putting into your body. Again, even if you don't understand it, that's okay. Step number 2. Exercise is super complicated. It's overwhelming for many people. It's very difficult to be consistent. I struggle with it too. And so one of the ways that I have sought to combat these problems in my own life is to find exercises that I enjoy doing. When you are participating in an exercise that you enjoy doing, it really cuts back on all of the barriers to being consistent, because consistency is really the number one key to harnessing the power of exercise. The other thing that's over complicated about exercise is the reason why we exercise. So exercise is not to look good. It's not to get big muscles. It's not to show off. The purpose of exercise is to move the blood. Because where blood does not move, you have pain and you have disease. That's really one of the main causes of disease, is the lack of blood flow in a certain area. And so you have to move. You have to move. That's it. Just move. And so doing it in a way that is enjoyable to you really helps the whole complication of exercise. So, step 1, read your ingredient list. That's all. Just start reading ingredient list. Step 2, move. Move in a way that you enjoy moving. Whether it's dance or skipping or jump rope or trampoline or jogging or bicycling or boating or any number of things is really helpful to you when it comes to exercise. And consistency is the key. It has nothing to do with the type of exercise. Yes, there are exercises that are better than others, but when it comes to simplifying exercise, it's just a matter of finding the thing that you enjoy doing and doing it consistently. The next one is water. Now, water for some people is a very difficult thing to drink. They don't like the taste or the lack of taste. That's usually the biggest complaint I get. And consistency, just being consistent also. And so when it comes to water, a simple way to stay on top of it is every time that you urinate, drink some water. That's it. Every time you pee, drink a few mouthfuls of water. Very simple. The taste, if you have lemon, that's a great addition. I try to stay away from all the artificial flavors and things because a lot of them have sugar and dye, this and that, and it really is not great for the body. So just plain water. What kind of water? Any water you could find. If it's a water fountain, if it has to be a tap, just drink water, because the damage that your body incurs when you don't drink water is worse than the chemicals or anything else you might find. I'm not talking about, going out and drink sewage, but the things that we find in water, tap water for instance, are far less damaging to our body than not drinking water at all. And it becomes this hang up that makes you not drink water, that you don't have spring water, or you don't have rainwater, or you don't have Perrier water, or whatever that fancy French water is. Like, the barrier is worse than the chemicals in tap water or bottled water or water fountain water. So just drink water. Every time you pee, drink a few mouthfuls of water. The next one is sunlight. Society has really, really created a stigma around being in the sun. Overexposure, you're gonna get skin cancer, which to some degree is true. So don't overexpose yourself. 10 minutes a day in the sun is shown to decrease stress, balance your hormones, detox your skin, help with wound healing. sunlight is extremely important, not only for your mind, your circadian rhythm, how you feel, but also your body, your hormones, because vitamin D, which is activated by sunlight, is a hormone. So if you have high cholesterol, if you have hormonal imbalance, spend more time in the sun. The next one is starting to identify in your life the things you know shouldn't be there. So back to the idea that life is not balanced. Like life is a warfare between light and dark. And so in your health, in your daily routines, you know that there are things that you do that are not good for your health. Like you already know that. I don't have to teach you. Your doctor doesn't have to teach you. Your teacher doesn't have to teach you. Your nurse doesn't have to teach you. Your mom doesn't have to teach you. You know that there's at least one or two things that you could do without. So my encouragement to you is to find one thing that you are willing to let go for the sake of future you. I like Dr. Benjamin Hardy's concept about separating yourself from past you and future you. And in terms of future you, doing your future self a favor. Learning to love your future self to the degree you're willing to make sacrifices so your future self is happier and healthier. And sometimes it takes putting a price tag on it. You know, some of us are struggling with diseases that are costing us a lot of money. And so it would be really helpful to future you if you didn't have that cost, if you didn't have that expense. And so thinking in terms of something you can do as a favor for future you. Just one thing. Take out one thing that you know is damaging your health and make it small enough so that you can stick with it, because it's about consistency and momentum. We're just building consistent momentum. Okay. The next one is a really easy one. It's something we all do consistently, or you wouldn't be watching me. And it's something that we all need moment by moment. And that is breathing. Breathing. Now, breathing properly is where we struggle. And so in this small step, all you have to do is go outside and take 10 deep breaths once per day. That's really easy. So fresh air is extremely important because we live in toxic homes often. We don't open the windows, we don't open the doors, and so our homes become toxic with carbon dioxide buildup. And or we work in offices that are closed in, or we work in a hospital like me that has no fresh air whatsoever. And so you have to find a way to get fresh air. So I encourage you to just go outside and breathe deeply 10 times. Fresh air 10 times is really going to help expand your lungs and dump the toxic waste that is in your system. So we often don't understand that the lungs expel lots and lots of toxins. If you have cough or long COVID and these types of things, pneumonia, One of the reasons is because you don't breathe deeply. And those toxins, that bacteria, the virus, is able to take up residence in your lower lobes. And it starts to fester and it creates infection. And so you have to clear that. One of the best ways to clear that, deep breaths outside. You might start coughing. Let the cough happen. Coughing is good. Cough suppressants are not good for your body because your body's trying to get rid of something. Your body's trying to expel what's going to potentially kill you. And so every time that you stop that automatic response of your body to expel something, it's damaging to your system. That goes for coughing, diarrhea, vomiting, teary eyes, runny nose, fever. These are all things that are your body's attempt to expel something bad. So let it happen. Just let it happen. It's a natural process, and when your body's done with getting rid of the thing, it will go away. I promise you. Now, here's one that I like. I think we all like sleeping. And oftentimes, sleep is something difficult to come by. And I want to give you very simple things that you can do to increase your rest, to increase your sleep. Because rest, when you're sleeping, your body not only heals your body, but it also heals your brain. Science has shown that there's a lymphatic system in your brain that's kind of like the lymph system in your body, but it purges your brain of excess thoughts, feelings, all the stuff that happened in your day that it just needs to purge happens during this lymphatic healing period. And that happens only before midnight. And so you need to sleep more before midnight. The hours before midnight are worth double the hours after midnight. So if you get 4 hours of sleep before midnight, it's worth 8 hours sleeping after midnight. And primarily it's because of that lymphatic system being activated. A couple things that you can do to sleep better is get off your devices an hour before you go to bed. The blue light in your devices is disrupting your melatonin, which is the natural chemical that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. Avoid eating supper. I know it's such a great meal. It's so family oriented and all these things, but those calories, that food requires digestion. And when you are digesting food, your brain cannot rest. You have weird dreams, you don't sleep well, you toss and turn, your stomach's rumbling, this and that, and it disrupts your sleep cycle. So skip it. Skip that third meal. You're going to sleep so much better. You'll wake up so much more refreshed. And you will also begin losing weight because those extra calories go straight to fat. Your body doesn't need them, doesn't use them while you're sleeping. And then one final step that I think is extremely important in today's society is addressing stress. And how do I address stress in people? Simply, well, I tell people to be thankful. That's it. Just be thankful. So many research articles are out there. Look them up, Google them, don't take my word for it, about the effect of gratefulness on the physical health and well-being of people. And you can see the contrast very easily when you encounter someone that's just complaining all the time, is bitter, is angry. These cause disease. And then there's people that are just happy all the time, and they may not have the healthiest lifestyle, but their health is so much better than vegan, angry people. And there's a reason for that. And it's in the Bible. It says that a merry heart does good like a medicine. It's one of the only places in the Bible that even refer to medicine. So it's an easy thing to do. Super easy, guys. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter how hard things are, it's so easy to just list 10 things that you're thankful for. Say them out loud. I'm thankful that I can hear. I'm thankful that I have feet. I'm thankful that I can see. I'm thankful that I have teeth. I'm thankful that I don't have teeth. These are all things that you can be thankful for, that somebody in our world would pay everything that they have to have it. Blind people would give anything to see again. And if you're able to see, say, I'm thankful for it. And it will change the chemistry in your body, and it will help your health increase. And so again, we're just talking about how to get away from this idea that life is a balance, that there is balance between light and dark. There's not. It's a push and a pull. And so your health is the same way. Things that you put into your body, things you do with your body, things you put on your body are either increasing your health or they're decreasing your health. And as soon as you believe that and understand that, your health will increase. This is Joel. Again, I'm an ER nurse and a naturopath, and I am teaching you how to be your own doctor.